video that actually caught my interest that I really want to watch with you guys that I haven't watched yet from YouTuber TommyNFG, where he made the ultimate 2024 timeline. And I was thinking, maybe how about I react to this for like the first hour, and then I go ahead and then we go in. Yeah, published 6 days, pretty much a week ago at this point, I feel like. So, what better way to start the end of 2024 than to look back on everything that happened this year? Yeah, before I keep going, I just wanna. I'm gonna go ahead and put this disclaimer here because crediting creators is very important. So yeah, major. Long live the cheese, hurrah, hurrah, I guess. So yeah, I'm not sure if Tommy watched this, but yeah, massive kudos to him for going through all the hell that happened this year just to make this video. So yeah, let's start.
Poof! 2024 is officially
hopefully.
over. Congrats
Thank
to everyone
God.
that made it and everyone that
Hi,
didn't. All I
Tommy.
can say is get better at the game. I feel like in the future,
man.
this is gonna be that year we can say that beat 2016. Y'all gonna call me
Yeah.
crazy now, but y'all are gonna look
did
back
watch
at this
some-
video
I did
in the
watch
next
the
couple
opening,
of years
though.
and be like, I was right. I thought I would do a timeline on
Honestly,
everything
I
that
agree with
happened
you.
this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring to me. We covering the juicy politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment like always. And there was a lot of politics this year, just a heads up. So without further
I'm just gonna pause. I'm expecting me to pause a lot, by the way, but like, I feel like this year was honestly kind of the peak in politics I have ever seen, honestly. And that's all due to the fact that it was election year again this year. And I've done pretty good. And now I'm interested in the video. That's crazy. But yeah, as I said, I have not seen all of the video yet. I've only seen the intro and a bit of the January portion because he has it split up into the months. So yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't. God. Also, I guarantee. I'm gonna walk through the January stuff and I'm gonna be like, wow, this is such a January month for stuff.
further ado, let's go over the 2024 timeline. January 2024. We start off this year with Mickey Mouse becoming public domain. This means that it loses all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in pretty much anything. Want to use it in a horror movie? You can now. Want to use it to sell a shirt? You can now. Want to use it in a corn film? You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of movie directors from making terrible horror movies of it as soon as the character became public domain. It's a ritual at this point.
Oh yeah, shout out to James A. Janice for
terrible.
Let me go back to the
corn film. You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of. Want to use it this version of Mickey? You can now. Want to use it in a corn film? You can now. The only is all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in pretty much anything. Want to use it in a horror movie? You can.
Yeah, here it is. I wanna give a quick massive thank you to Mr. James A. Janice of Dead Meat because he actually covered this movie on the kill count, and wow, it's horrible. So yeah, massive thanks to Mr. Janice for pretty much giving me he gave me the best ticket to watch this movie without paying money for it. That is, if it was ever even released in theaters. Also, I'm eating a burrito as well, so if you hear me stop and not talk at all, then that's why.
I want to use it to directors for making terrible horror movies of it as soon as the character became public domain. It's a ritual at this point for this to happen. Saudi Arabia officially joins BRICS, a group of countries whose goal is to create a currency together to promote economic growth.
I've never seen this,
which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia,
I think I was a
UAE, and now Saudi Arabia. Cat Williams shocks the internet by airing out all of Hollywood and exposing them, saying things like the most famous comedians in Hollywood try to gatekeep from other people becoming big. I still like Kevin Hart though, he's pretty funny. Saying he always declined Diddy's.
Honestly, I think that's gonna age horribly. Because for what, once the, I guarantee Tommy's gonna talk about it in the future. But once like the Diddy party list gets sent out, I feel like Kevin Hart's literally is gonna be destroyed legally. It also doesn't help that he was in the Borderlands movie too. We didn't need a Borderlands movie, man. I don't like car movies, and I hope thanks for
these invitations to his parties because he knew what was happening. This video has 84 million views.
I don't even know who Cat Williams is until I've seen this.
Should show you how viral it went. Normal interviews are not getting these type of views. The only other person who could do something like this with an interview is Michael Jackson. To avoid getting demonetized.
I know how, and okay, I hate to pause again, but that now as soon as I saw Michael Jackson and like him getting like popularized, I remember I saw a thing on Twitter that if you look it up, you'll probably see it, but every time I saw a thing where like Michael Jackson realized that every time he moves while he was at a press, people take pictures. That's kind of scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
It's because YouTube hates when I say this guy's name and will immediately do it if I say it. We're just gonna refer to him as Harry Lepstein. The Harry Lepstein files became declassified.
The list.
The public starts scouring to figure out who's on it. To figure out which celebrity is finally gonna get exposed for being a freak. The victim says that Harry Lepstein said Bill Clinton likes them young. Nothing we didn't all already know. The victim says Stephen Hawking was involved in an underage orgy. Out of all people I thought was gonna come out on this list, this was the last person. Like, how was his freak even doing anything? I didn't even know his thingy still worked. All of his legacy pretty much burned up after this news. The victim says Michael Jackson was there but did nothing. Stop the lies on my goat, man. Never forget how the media did MJ. And after this first wave of names, people were hyped up waiting for more names to drop. Then we waited and waited and waited.
Nothing happened.
And the names never dropped and everyone forgot about the whole thing. How many of y'all even
We moved on.
Be honest.
I think we're waiting. Honestly, at this point, I think we're waiting for the Diddy party lists at this point. We went from Epstein to Diddy.
Man, them elites put enough work to keep it silent. MatPat officially retires from YouTube. The Stanley Cup went viral.
I hope Matt's doing well. He's still on Game Theory, but damn.
Berlin started being sold out in stores all over the US. They dropped
I still don't get that
specific cup, which was a Starbucks collab with a pink design, and all hell broke.
It was a Starbucks collab. They immediately started
stampeding to stores to get them. People were selling these cups on eBay for 6 times their actual price. I still don't know why people are fighting over cups like this. Pretty weird time of this year. South Korea officially passes law banning dog meat trading in 2027. Come on, bro. It couldn't have been done sooner. Footage leaks of Playboy Cardi getting arrested for going 133 miles per hour. Probably the closest any of his fans will ever get to getting an interview in years, or an album, or song. Japan makes its first ever moon landing with its spacecraft. Megan Thee Stallion officially releases her diss track Hiss, dissing a lot of rappers, which was like the warm-up of what was to come later on this year. And Nicki Minaj dissed back a couple of days later, and honestly, if you don't know anything about this beef, don't bother listening to Nicki Minaj's song against her. The winner was determined 5 minutes after it came out. Elon Musk announces that Neuralink has successfully implanted its first brain chip in a human, which allows you to do things
Neuralink
like
was in January.
Computer.
Oh my god! How did? I pause again, but fucking January was the first Neuralink. What the fuck?
By just thinking. I think my hands work just fine for those tasks, but if y'all want to be test subjects, go right ahead. Congress held a hearing against the biggest tech CEOs, which at this point is a yearly ritual. I think this time they passed a record of asking the TikTok CEO is he Chinese 1,000 times.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It included the Instagram CEO, Discord.
Mark. All right, I paused again, but now TikTok's about to get banned on January 19th. By the way, that is less than a month. At this point, it's 20 days away. So mark the calendars, I guess. I never went on TikTok and I never will. I genuinely have a hatred for that app.
CEO, TikTok CEO, Twitter CEO, and Snapchat CEO, questioning them on security concerns and whatnot. UMG pulls off its music catalog on TikTok after failing to reach a licensing agreement. And for y'all that don't know, UMG owns every artist that you listen to. I'm not even joking. This is the tippity-toppity of monopolies. Between both the companies, TikTok definitely took more of the L on it because it's built on songs. And for that time being, music was just a bit more quiet on TikTok. The memes of this month were things like Low Taper Fade Ninja, Stanley Cup, Side Eye Cat, and Blacker Chinese. February 2024. This month's...
Oh my god. Fuck, that was too mad for those who didn't know. They'll talk about him later.
Started off weird. Pictures went viral on Twitter of AI Taylor Swift nudes. People was passing these pics all around freely like a blunt rotation. Eventually, they banned all the accounts with the pictures. And right after this happened, U.S. lawmakers proposed a bill. The act would be a civil right of action for victims of these type of AI images and allow victims to collect financial damages for it. On one hand, this is a great and amazing law, but you're telling me it took the government years to do this and they only cared about this problem when it happened to a billionaire celebrity? What?
That's true. It only happened because a rich person got affected by it. I guarantee if like the deepfake was you or me and like it got big, they wouldn't even care. Do that 11 months after. Oh my god. I mean, it was with big celebrities, so maybe there's probably a minority of people that are like, dude, I don't fucking care about this stuff, but straight up.
And this has been going on for years for different women around the world. Great job, guys. My taxes are definitely going to use. Vince McMahon is investigated for sex trafficking allegations. He already stepped down as the CEO of WWE in 2022 because of internal investigations, but now the government is on his case. And when the government enters your case, most of the time...
Really don't use X/Twitter? That's good.
Time is GG's. Aiden Ross got scammed by 21 Savage live on stream in front of tens of thousands of people. I don't know how 21 Savage thought he could get away with this on a live stream. Oh, Drake's meat also leaked this month. Feel like this is a very important note of history, so I'm adding it to the timeline. Someone had to say this, okay? How was it still semi-soft in that bit? Alright, you know what? I'm getting into too much detail. Joe Rogan signs a Spotify deal worth $250 million, becoming the most expensive podcast deal in history. If the deal should have been worth that much,
I think that's greater than XQC's Cake deal whenever that happened. Yeah,
really up to your interpretation.
Monkey hole, and the tail and the little feet are poking out. It's like.
At this point, Joe's about to become a billionaire.
See if you can find that.
King Charles is diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer. Judging off the way the internet reacted when his mama got packed, if he did too, they would not hold back again either. Charles, don't make next year your last year. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, giving them 2 wins in a row.
I still remember how everyone went off at when she died.
Broadcast in U.S. history with 123.7 million viewers across every platform. Sony buys Michael Jackson's catalog, acquiring a 50% stake in it for at least $600 million. Probably the worst news, considering MJ was fighting them over taking advantage of him. And when he dies years later, that's when they want to make the purchase. The YouTuber Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him. Donald Trump gets...
Yeah. I still remember, like, seeing some stuff about Too Mad dying also. I think I dropped something, so I gotta... I still remember seeing that stuff happen. Like, I remember I saw it on Valentine's Day, so I was like, it was the weirdest Valentine's Day ever because instead of me in mourning of, I guess, solitude, dude, I was like thinking about, oh my god, this guy fucking, of all people to die, fucking Too Mad. And, I know it's immoral to say this, but like, I have no Tumat does not deserve a rest in peace in the slightest. He is a... As I eat my burrito. Tumat's just a fucking horrible person. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
It's fined $354 million for fraudulent business practices in a court ruling, and his two sons get fined $4 million as well. Diddy faces a lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault by Lil Raw Jones. This is one of the first lawsuits that kicked off that whole thing this year of Diddy getting tracked and hunted down. But I always thought he was a good guy. I mean, look how nice he is on Ellen DeGeneres show.
I had the dates wrong all this time. Diddy, come on out.
Oh, God.
The memes of this month were things like Sad Hamster, the Apple Vision Pro, and Taylor Swift's Jet. March 2024.
Oh, that is nobody even cares about anymore. And is that that's Diddy.
Ryan Garcia started crashing out this
my birth month. So no one cares. Probably no one cares.
This month and spiraling on the internet. On his Instagram story, he posted a cryptic, devilish message with it saying, "We told you we were coming." Then he went on a rant saying elites made him watch kids get raped in a forest and he has proof of it, and started tweeting out saying,
"Really, Tommy? You said rape? Dude, just say rape. It's not that. Is it really that deep that you have to water down terms like rape and pedophile?" I ranted about this one stream. I don't remember which one, but like that, it genuinely pisses me off when people use rape and PDF file.
Saying if they kill him, he didn't do it himself. To this day, people still don't know why he was wilding like this. Some people think it was to hype up his fight with Devin Haney, and even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out later that Ryan was using performance enhancing drugs anyways, and the fight got overturned. So all those shenanigans to get people hyped up to watch, just for him to get scared and take some drugs to win the same day. Probably the weirdest thing to happen this year in the sports world.
That's just
LeBron
pathetic.
James becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 points. And no matter how much the old heads and unks complain about it, he is indeed the best NBA player of all time. Thank you.
Legend.
Sadly, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away. This one hit everyone deep, man. It felt like we all had to be silent for the next couple of days. Rumor has it,
I never was a big Dragon Ball enjoyer, but that man made an absolute titan in animation and like just show industries. I cannot help. Excuse me. Nothing but respect to him. I hope they passed on knowing he was loved.
the cartel stopped fighting for a day in honor of his legacy. Definitely one of the most tragic things to happen this year. Rest in peace to the GOAT. The Dubai Mall becomes the most visited place on earth with a record 105 million visitors. Robert Downey Jr. wins his first Oscar for his support role in Oppenheimer, which is how you know these award shows are a scam. How did this not win for carrying Marvel for like a decade? I guess better late than never. Andrew,
What do you mean his first? That's why nobody cares about the Oscars at this point anymore. In his honor, here in Chile, some artists made graffiti the size of a wall about Dragon Ball. That's awesome. Also, I know exactly who that is.
Andrew Tate gets arrested again. Andrew Tate in the big 2024, or should I say
Good
2025
job,
now? Like,
Andrew.
can I just know if they're innocent or not? I swear, I still don't know.
Just permanently incarcerate Tate at this point. Why is it so hard? He's a horrible influence. He's a horrible person. Like, he's Tate. But on another note, I feel like if we incarcerate him, I feel like a lot of places of the world are gonna riot. Like, this man genuinely has a massive grasp on a bunch of like rising men in the world. And like he's just turning them into a bunch, turning them into like toxic masculinists. Like he's pretty much preaching toxic masculinity.
U.S. House passes a bill to ban TikTok. And the vote was pretty much a landslide. 352 agreed and 65 disagreed. Republicans and Democrats never get together on anything, so that's how you know they serious this time. For y'all watching in the future,
And on that TikTok, I will say this. I actually saw headlines saying that Trump actually wants to overturn the ban, but I said previously that it was happening on the 19th. Trump enters office on the 20th, so. And he's actually he's doing everything in his power to try and overturn the ban. But until he enters that office, I think he's got no power in this.
Did it get banned? Or was it another time of them saying it and absolutely doing nothing? Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, refuses to endorse him. Vladimir Putin officially gets reelected as the president of Russia, winning 78.8% of the vote, which will
I'm pretty sure that's term number 8.
Make him the longest serving leader of Russia, overtaking Joseph Stalin. If you ask me personally, I think this was one of the most fair elections to ever take place. It's not like he arrested his main competitor and jailed him, then when he died, it was deemed under suspicious circumstances. He won it fair and square. Fair and square. Seriously, is there anything Russians can even do? The Quiet on Set documentary releases, revealing how messed up—
Oh my god! I never watched this documentary. Holy shit, that was March? What the fuck? I never watched the Quiet on Set documentary, but I'll just believe anything. But you could testify to me about something inside of it, and I'll believe it. Except anything that's The only thing I won't believe is the Venezuelan elections were worse than the Russian ones. Oh. I probably won't know about it, so. Holy shit, the Quiet on Set
Nickelodeon Studios was run in the freak nature of Dan Schneider and his friends. The main things revealed was that Dan Schneider wrote R-rated jokes and shows on purpose. That must be a real shocker to everyone. That the work environment was toxic and Dan underpaid female writers. The biggest reveal was that Drake Bell was SA'd by a dialogue coach who worked there named Brian Peck. And when it came time for Brian Peck's trial, a bunch of celebrities and people in the industry wrote letters to give him support. You're better off throwing your kids in a den of lions than throwing them in Hollywood and them surviving. As a child actor, most of the time your parents use you and don't really care. And the whole industry is just full of degenerates who never get checked. Like that from Future's—
What? What do you mean by that, Oof? Also, welcome back.
The album releases, igniting the start of the rap civil war. Kendrick Lamar disses Drake and J. Cole, saying it's just Big Me, throwing the first jab at them and seeing what they respond with. P. Diddy's home gets raided by federal agents. Sam Bankman-Fried gets sentenced to 25 years in prison for his orchestration of multiple fraudulent schemes. Godzilla x King Kong releases. Is the X supposed to be a versus? Because, I don't know, I didn't watch the movie. Becoming the top installment of the series with 571 million made worldwide. And memes of this
I've heard nothing but
things
good
like
things about
Green
Godzilla
FN,
X,
the Willy Wonka Experience, and the Chick-fil-A Sauce Girl. April 2024.
Wait, let me go back to the memes.
Series with 571 million made worldwide. And memes of this month were things like Green FN, the Willy—
I have never seen that one. I remember this one. I'm so glad no one talks about it anymore because this seems like a nightmare.
Wonka Experience and the Chick-fil-A Sauce Girl. April 2024.
I have never heard of that
Taylor
one.
Swift is officially added to Forbes billionaire list. South Korea's Democratic Party wins its National Assembly. O.J. Simpson officially debuts in a cemetery. And as you all know, he went down as a legendary football hero. A man who was proved innocent time and time again and can never hurt a fly. I speak for everyone when I say— rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
After we finished filming, O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it.
The legendary Detroit sign hits the world and jaws drop after seeing that there are some things out there that can look more depressing than Detroit. This thing costed $425,000 to make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping. Funnily enough, he told him later on that he's dropping too much. Funny to spin back and look at that. He called out The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross. And we sat there and waited for 3 weeks for the war to finally begin. Donald Trump's hush money lawsuit trial officially begins. Taylor Swift drops her album, The Torture Poets Department, selling 2.6 million units in the first week, which is actually unbelievable. The second closest artist to get to her sales this year was Kendrick's album GNX that had 319,000 sales in the first week. Like Taylor or not, she is running the music industry and there is absolutely nobody even coming close to her. She also became the first artist to have 14 of the top positions on the Billboard Hot 100. Tesla recalls thousands of Cybertrucks due to an issue with the gas pedal. And there's been multiple recalls for the car this year due to other issues. Good riddance. I honestly hate every time I see one of these cyberpunk looking
I've seen some of these at work. And one of them put their own fucking brand on them. People are fucking branding their Cybertrucks, dude. Oh my god. It's such a stupid truck, man. I gotta vent about how much I gotta vent about Cybertrucks a little bit because they're the stupidest thing ever. Like, I also remember seeing one thing about fucking... Why the fuck is that car 10? I have no idea, Jester / Ghost. Welcome back, by the way, but... Oh my god. You know, I could vent more about Cybertrucks, but then I'd probably be here longer than I would.
Cars on the road. The U.S. House of Representatives passed this bill to ban TikTok, but this time they actually gave a date, January 19th, 2025.
And there it is.
So when the time comes, let me know what happens, yo. My prediction is that getting packed. The government been wanted it out since 2020. Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. Kendrick Lamar drops his diss track responding to Drake.
Not like us.
Saying he's inauthentic and just pumps out music for money. Saying he wishes he was one of the hoes like Sexy Red. Definitely true. And the internet got to debating immediately. And when I say debate, there was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria won. This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, alright? It's not a fight. And the memes of this month were things like What the Sigma, LeBron glazing, and the TikTok wrist party. May 2024.
Oh, there it is. Also fucking What the Sigma. I think April is when this meme started becoming horrible.
Ryan Garcia tests positive for using enhancing drugs in his fight with Devin Haney. So the fight results got overturned and he got banned from boxing for a year. Kendrick Lamar drops another...
Wait, banned for one... Okay. Alright, you know, let me go on a quick tangent there. You can get banned for 1 year using drugs, but if you attack the ref, you're banned permanently. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Those should be switched. I mean, here's the thing. It's good to see that there is justice if you attack the ref, but, like, I don't think attacking the ref should get you permanently banned from boxing. Just a quick little thought, I guess. But just putting that in perspective, using drugs gets you banned for 1 year. Attacking the person who judges the fight is a perma ban.
Diss track 616 in LA. Main points being that he's telling Drake his inside circle wants to see his downfall and Kendrick's got an insider. Saying that Drake using memes isn't working and people can pick up on it. Wasn't too much really, but the very same day, just so we can keep...
That's a good point, Goof. I'll agree with you on that.
This is all the day of May 3rd. Drake drops Family Matters. His main points being that Kendrick's kids aren't his and are actually his best friend's day free. Saying Kendrick beats his wife. And saying he begged Tupac's estate to take down Drake's diss track. But then Kendrick drops Meet the Grams right after. And can I just say, everyone, we were really all born in the greatest...
I'll be honest with you. The only portion of the entirety of the rapper dissing between Kendrick and Drake I seen was when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, and that's it.
Generation. Witnessing how this night went down was poetic. I'm so glad I was involved in this time of moment. Going from Drake's jolly diss track that had some hard moments in it to the most dark sounding, deepest, and evil tracks. Kendrick's main points was telling Adonis he feels bad Drake is his dad. Telling Drake's mom she failed for having a son that doesn't respect women. I respect women, guys, just so you know.
Same.
Telling Drake's dad he's an enabler and is why Drake is how he is. Saying Drake only uses black women to hypersexualize and nothing else. And of course, the daughter reveal. Now this is the one thing from Kendrick's whole performance this beef that was kinda iffy. To this day, Drake's daughter hasn't been revealed other than rumors, and it definitely would have got leaked by now. But who knows in the future, it might get revealed. Then the next day... Oh my god, bro. This is the amazing week. Kendrick drops Not Like Us.
There it is.
The whole world yelled Drake's a for the entire summer. And it ends off, of course,
honestly,
with the Heart Part 6. He would have been better off not dropping it.
Honestly, Drake should not have dropped that because once Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, he won. Fucking... if you're in a diss track and Kendrick drop it saying trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor... He fucking won.
this at all and having Not Like Us be the last track. The fact that he took the route of, well, guess what, Kendrick? Guess what? I'm famous, so I couldn't be I'd be caught by now. Yeah, that killed any shots of him dropping another diss. And that's the whole rap civil war of 2024 music-wise.
Kendrick literally ended it off
because
with
if
Not
I
Like
included
Us.
everything, this whole video would be an hour extra long. Xi Jinping visits Europe for the first time in 5 years. Maybe we'll get world peace soon, probably not. ByteDance sues to block the US from banning the app, saying it violates free speech rights. Silly TikTok. Little do they know the government cares about free speech, except when it's for something they don't like. The government doesn't even allow China to sell cars here. You think they would let you win a lawsuit on their land? Putin gets inaugurated into office. Not Like Us becomes the #1 Billboard Hot 100 song. And broke some.
And then soon enough, in like the late of the year, Not Like Us takes down Old Town Road, and like I forgot what the record was, but Not Like Us took down Old Town Road. And I did see Nas congratulate Kendrick as well.
So many records, I don't even feel like saying them, but y'all already know it was played everywhere. A video leaks of P. Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention, it's crazy how long this video took to come out. It just shows the grip of power Diddy had on people. This video happened in 2016. And he later apologized in a video 2 days later. Don't know why he still thought he could salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog. Trump gets convicted on 34.
Okay. Oh no. All right, he kind of quick fired this, but I gotta talk about the what was it again? Let's see.
Salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files.
Oh yeah, I remember this. And then, if I remember correctly, Russian Badger like tuned in. He said talking about Red Lobster. I'm not sure if I don't remember if he wanted to save it or like officially end it, but yeah, this was
the Doge.
I don't even remember the last time I went to Red Lobster, and also Doge passing was very sad to see. And fucking apparently like Crypto Bros decided to try and capitalize on it, which was so fucking disgusting to see.
Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog. Trump gets convicted on 34 felony counts in his lawsuit on falsified business records, becoming the first former or sitting U.S. president to have been convicted on criminal charges. And
it's gonna be former and sitting now, so which is. God help us all.
The memes of this month were things like Man or Bear in the Woods, Drake versus Kendrick, and the New York Portal. June 2020.
I've never... Oh my god, no. I never seen the first and third one that Tommy talked about. I only saw the Kendrick versus Drake stuff, and even then I only saw what happened at the end of it. And just on this alone, I'm already dreading June. Oh god, help us.
24. Mexico makes history by electing its first female president.
That image is out of nightmares. Out straight. Damn straight, man. An absolute harbinger of hell that 2024 gave us.
And India elects its prime minister with one of the biggest elections ever of 642 million votes being casted. Props to them for getting 642 million votes done in a day. And the US, for some reason, each state either moves at bullet train speed or is still counting votes a month later. I swear, California just does everything terrible. Joe Biden introduces new restrictions on the border after pressure from the public. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree. How could they? These degrees, from what I see, are just pieces of paper college gives to celebrities for being famous. They really serve no purpose, and I'd be damned if I went to debt only for a celebrity to get it for free because they're famous. Hunter Biden's found guilty on all accounts in his felony gun charges case. Jerry West, aka the man who's the symbol.
And then Joe pardons him in like near like the end of the year, by the way.
The NBA sadly passes away. Rest in peace, Jerry West. The House passes a bill to automatically register any men age 18 to 26 for draft. Honestly. They can pass all the bills they want, but when the time comes for a draft, I'll be cooling in a jail cell with my homies. The Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Nvidia becomes the most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion. I can't even comprehend that type of money or what a company even does with all that type of money. Justin Timberlake gets arrested for driving while intoxicated. This man is...
Oh my god, the Justin Timberlake arresting. This happened for... This only gained relevancy for like 3 days and that's it. And if I remember correctly, the fanboys of Timberlake doxed the person that actually arrested Justin, which is pretty fucked.
$250 million, and instead of ordering an Uber or even getting a private driver, he decides to get behind the wheel drunk. He just like me for real. That's my favorite singer now. Vladimir Putin visits North Korea for his first time in 24 years. And you just gotta admire their friendship. I mean, look at them. I wish I had a friend.
They're so happy.
That friendship is with you guys.
Yeah.
With you guys. Travis Scott gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Dr. Disrespect gets a...
Okay. Oh. All right, before I was about to talk about Travis Scott, the Dr. Disrespect jump scare button. Dude, okay, so Travis Scott got arrested for that, but not for when the Astroworld incident happened.
Exposed as a certified PDF file for being a
pedophile.
Gamer, the amount of controversies this man has had is odd. Is it that hard to sit down and game without cheating on your wife for being a creep? Ever forget when he posted this image before him coming back thinking it was the hardest thing of all time? He eventually ended up where all washed up nobodies do. Rumble. The press.
And he's been... And unfortunately, he's still going. He should be in a jail cell, man. I don't get how it's that hard to put a pedo in a jail, but here we are.
Presidential debate takes place, and oh man,
all I heard is that this was just a no-you.
It's crazy how fast Biden.
All I heard was that this was just a no-you. This was just a tennis match and Trump and Biden were just throwing no-yous back to each other.
Because even in 2020 he could still throw up jabs. This was so brutal to watch live. He would have been better off just skipping the debate. The Lakers draft Bronny James, and the memes of this month were things like the Hawk Tua girl, AI vines, Freak Bob, and Let's Go Game.
Hawk Tua. Fucking the worst. I still hold Hawk Tua as the worst meme that ever happened in 2024, honestly. I could give it to like What the Sigma and stuff like that, but no. Let's Go Gambling was actually a good meme. I will say that. Let's Go Gambling was easy one of the diamonds in the rough. Let me see. What were the other ones?
The Hawk Tua girl, AI.
Oh yeah, the AI meme, AI vines actually pissed me off because here's the thing. I have an undying hate boner for AI, so I am going to hate this one. And even then, they all look garbage.
Vines, Freak Bob.
Freak Bob was horrible as well. I hated this one. There was literally nothing funny about Freak Bob. Nothing.
And Let's Go Gambling.
But yeah, I said Let's Go Gambling was a diamond in the rough. And also, I had no idea it happened in June.
July 2024. The Supreme Court rules presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, meaning that presidents can commit certain crimes and not be prosecuted for.
That's
this
an
is
AI
a total
Trump
shame
video. Are you
because
fucking
United
kidding me,
States
Tommy?
Presidents have totally never committed crimes in the past, and everyone knows they have the cleanest slate in the world. LeBron James signs a 2-year, $104 million contract to play for the Lakers. Keir Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister. John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE in 2025.
Next year.
Amount of that broke all types of bones trying to do John Cena wrestling moves in their rooms will never be forgotten. John, your legacy will never be forgotten. The Twitch streamer Sketch had a slight past mistake leaked by somebody. Some people were mad at him for some reason at the time. And it became this huge story on social media of people talking about it.
People overreacted to that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my hat in. I don't think it's not that bad. Even then, when Sketch responded, he was he did it in a comedic route, showing that he really didn't care either, which I massive respect for Sketch.
He came on stream eventually to talk about it and responded in a pretty good way. But the fact that people bullied him to damn near making himself end his life, well, what are you doing, bro? I know you get no hoes around. Eminem releases his album, The Death of Slim Shady, selling 281,000 copies first week and killing off his iconic character Slim Shady in the album. Whether you like M or not, Eminem had some bangers with Slim Shady back in the day. All AT&T customers' data gets exposed in a data breach. Donald Trump gives a nice speech to his supporters and nothing totally happens to him. Nah, I'm just kidding. He got shot. We gotta talk about how wild the 2024 election was. Like, whoa.
That's still probably one of the craziest things that happened this year. And I still remember like the massive debate that like this person that tried to kill Trump was closer, did somehow miss, even though he was closer to him than the JFK assassin was. Like the JFK assassin was like assassinator was so far away and he got him, and then whoever tried. I forgot the fucking name. Not that I even want to remember who it was.
Was it really this serious?
It was a massive.
No other
it was
seasons
a
of
mess.
elections will ever go.
And then they gave this image, and people said this was the hardest image of 2024. I disagree. There's probably a better image out there, but
Go down like this ever.
Yeah.
And social media got set ablaze from this. There were people who gave messages that political violence shouldn't be allowed and wished a speedy recovery from it. People like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris saying it, and some people did not give a f. Trump also announced his vice president J.D. Vance in the next upcoming days. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. COVID fell the f off. How do you catch it 4 years later after its peak? Biden.
I agree. Honestly, I got it twice. I'll be honest with you. I got COVID twice, and after the second time, I never got it again. That's it. With that, even though I'm saying that, I'm probably jinxing. I'm probably gonna get it next year, but still, I barely see COVID talked about anymore, which is a good thing because even then, COVID was just a slightly more lethal version of the cold.
Has survived so much at this point, I don't think anything can take him out. Let me just knock on this wood for 2025. He's getting up there in age, so yeah.
I'll join you, Tommy.
I don't want to be blamed if something happens. JoJo Siwa breaks the record for the most disliked music video by a female artist in 2024.
Really?
By a pretty good amount, too. It's a skill to do
Okay,
this
that's a
many
pretty
numbers.
big...
Joe Biden drops out the presidential race after stuttering in every interview for the past 4 years, trying to learn how to walk up steps, and lying to the public, telling people he's in perfect fine shape for an old man.
I still don't understand. Oh my god. As I said this before, I don't think we've ever had a good president in like the last few elections.
Made the decision on July 21st, 2024, immediately endorsing his vice president Kamala Harris right after.
Yep.
If Joe knew she was gonna do things like get Megan Thee Stallion to twerk for votes and Cardi B to speak, he would have locked in and changed his mind. Chris Tyson steps away from Mr. Beast's team after allegations of...
Oh my god. The entire This was the beginning of Mr. Beast's downfall, was Chris Tyson and the the pedophilia incident.
And overall being a weirdo. I'm just saying allegations because at the time it was, but now it's confirmed true. You already know. And Mr. Beast's image just hasn't fully recovered from this. Right after these allegations,
Mr. Beast is legally dead, man. He's legally done for.
It felt like it just kept getting worse and worse, and there was no stopping it. Just more allegations.
Oh yeah, then Dogpack, and then fucking Soggy Cereal came along. I remember Soggy Cereal came along and debunked a lot of shit Dogpack said, but honestly, he's dead. Happy Titty 2024. Oh my god, Snow, we'll never say that again. Also, anyways, but welcome back though.
On Mr. Beast and everybody on his team. Mr. Beast's public likability stocks have never been the same.
Yeah, I left being a Mr. Beast enjoyer ever since this happened. I have nothing but hatred for him. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
100 million views, Mr. Beast, it's time to put the fries in the bag. Inside Out 2 becomes the...
I don't think it's put the fries in the bag incident. Even after all this, I think Mr. Beast is still gonna stay. Dogpack 44 has been real quiet after he got exposed. That is true. I mean, I do remember him appearing in a Rosanna Pansino video about Lunchly review, but we'll get to Lunchly when we see it.
The highest grossing animated film in history, making $1.46 billion globally. The 2024...
Alright, honestly, I would say much love to Pixar, but I did see, someone close to me actually brought up newspapers saying that, like, apparently the people who work behind Inside Out 2 are, like, in an abusive development cycle and stuff like that. Also, if all the animated movies be number one, Inside Out 2, I'm sorry, man, but I don't think it should be number one. There should be. I hope another animated movie comes along and takes it because I don't know. I just can't get behind it.
Before Summer Olympics begins. I usually don't care about the Olympics.
World's cooked. Yes, sir, we are.
But this year's had so many memes. The Turkish shooter guy was probably...
Oh my god, our turkey guy! I wonder how he's doing. Nobody talks about him anymore, but this guy, I genuinely think this guy I think this guy right here is honestly a legend in the Olympics, in Olympic history. He pulled up he had no augments on himself, and he got the fucking silver medal. Like, nothing but respect to this man. He's a fucking legend. So yeah, massive respect to this guy, and I hope he's doing well.
Probably the biggest one. And the whole shooting competition just looked cold, to be honest. Robert Downey Jr. is officially announced to be returning to Marvel. He was announced to be playing Doctor Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he died in Endgame. I'm optimistic though, so hopefully it's good. Xbox 360.
Honestly, I love the reactions that everyone had. Everyone was so happy to see that. And also remember Tate saying, "Fuck that," which is stupid. Reincarnated assassin.
Shuts down its marketplace. The United States National.
Oh yeah, I'm upset about that's a sad day. I actually remember. I got a story with you guys, but if you're an Xbox person, you had a 360. There is a certain thing that the Xbox 360 had called the Red Ring of Death. And I'm one of those victims. I had an Xbox 360 that suffered the Red Ring of Death. And I don't think I have that Xbox with me anymore, but yeah, it was a pretty tragic day. I still remember all the days I spent on it. Like the main games that I played on it were, let's see, there was I played Serious Sam on it. I played some the Call of Duty games. Me and PlayStation and Nintendo fella. Yeah, I agree with you.
National debt reaches a record $35 trillion. That's optimistic,
Let me
though,
rewind.
so hopefully it's good. Xbox 360 shuts down its marketplace. The United States National.
You only had the Wii? Wow. I will say, I also had a Wii as well, but I still have a Wii U, but I don't have it set up anymore.
Debt reaches a record $35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we sent money to every other country. And the memes of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot, and
the Brat. I have not seen anything about Brat and the Trump.
Like the boys.
Actually, the only thing I seen
and the memes
for
of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot, and Starlight the Boys. August 20.
I don't know any of those, dude. What? I only know the Trump assassination. Like, I think this just comes to show how disconnected I am with memes now.
2024. Aiden Ross streams with Donald Trump being.
I hate this. Pisses me off, honestly. Fucking. One of the most deplorable streamers with one of the most deplorable precedents. It's like they were made for each other. Oh, by the way, this is an award-nominated stream, by the way, because at Cutie Cinderella Streamer Awards 2024, this was there was a category for best collaboration stream. This was fucking nominated for it. Bro, are we just gonna ignore the fact that these two are like the most deplorable people ever? Like, one of the most deplorable people in politics and one of the most deplorable people in fucking streaming.
The first ever president to hop on a stream. Kind of wild how far streaming has come this year and it's only been growing. This is a good time to tell you guys I also stream on Twitch, so go follow, please.
I gotta follow Tommy. I still haven't done that yet.
Kamala Harris announces her vice president pick Tim Walz. Susan Wojcicki.
Tim Walz seems like nothing but a good guy. Like, I saw a post recently where he decided to make like his own like homemade popcorn stuff like that, and like a bunch of like fucking MAGA doozies were like, "Fuck you, I hope you die." Dude, he's just Walz is just living his best life. Why do you have to be such a bitch?
The former CEO of YouTube sadly passed away. She was one of the main pioneers in growing this platform as a whole. Rest in peace, Susan Wojcicki.
I still can't believe that happened. That was a shock. She wasn't. I don't want to be insensitive, but Susan wasn't perfect. wasn't the perfect CEO. I feel like she had there was a lot of dark things that happened on YouTube that everyone, I feel like, tried to like ask Susan about that like never got your response. But like she was definitely one of the greatest YouTube CEOs we had, and I was shocked to see that she passed. Like nothing, but just, yeah. Moving on, but yeah, rest in peace, Susan. You were. Thank you for your service.
2024 Summer Olympics officially wraps up, with athletes breaking 32 world records and reaching 5 billion people around the world. The social security number of every American gets stolen in a hack. My question is, how is it even possible to do that? And did y'all know this even happened? Like, your probably going. Is our stuff that badly protected where you can take all of it in one sitting? Hey, all I know is I haven't been hit yet, so don't get any ideas, guys. Ronaldo breaks the world record for the fastest growing YouTube channel, gaining 1 million subs in less than 90 minutes, 10 million subs by the end of the day, 30 million subs by 2 days, and 50 million subs in under a week. I don't know.
My God! What the fuck? I knew he made records, but I didn't know they were like that. I did, and I think I remember seeing like Mr. Beast being scared that like, oh, Ronaldo's gonna beat me or something like that. I don't think he necessarily said that, but still.
How many people don't have Ronaldo as the most famous person on the planet right now? But if you don't, then they should certify that you gotta change it. The editing style on his videos are still pretty, like, very commercialized. But this could be the man that passes the almighty Mr. Beast hold on YouTube. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., probably the biggest independent U.S. candidate in recent times, drops out the presidential race to endorse Donald Trump. Justin and Haley Bieber have their first kid. Shout out Justin for holding down my childhood with bangers. Feels like I'm truly getting old. The Brazilian
Justin went through Bieber's went through it all, honestly. Especially when it started with Baby, and now he's here with a child. Now he's a dad. Honestly, I hope he's doing all right after everything he's been through.
Brazilian Supreme Court shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently, this was due to disinformation. Brazilian Supreme Court
Oh my God, the Brazil ban. Did this actually happen?
Shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently, this was due to disinformation being spread about the country. They lost the argument when they said false information on the app. Like,
Elon Musk refused to take action against this stuff. That's why he got banned. Just proves more that Elon is a fucking horrible person.
Buddy, why do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies and see people argue about things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And
I'm out here using Twitter just to try and look at art, titties, and memes. That's my reason.
Memes of this month were things like Turkish pistol shooter, rainbow dolphin,
the rainbow. Oh my God, that.
Harry Demir, September 20.
And then Demir, Jesus Christ. Nobody even talks about that anymore. Also, that face is one I thought I'd never see like this in his life.
2024. Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some reason. Like, who's telling her to do all that for her songs? Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Man had a legendary run back in the day.
Wow.
Rest in peace. Selena Gomez officially becomes a billionaire, mainly making money from her company Rare Beauty. It seems like it's a cheat code to become a billionaire now if you were an already famous celebrity and start.
Wow, I have all this money. I'm just gonna sit on it and do nothing. That's what probably Selena Gomez does with it. Just sit on it and do nothing with it.
For any company. Guess I'll have to eventually do that, right, guys? You guys would buy it, right? Nick Avocado goes from the fattest man on earth to the skinniest overnight. I would have predicted World War III would happen this year before predicting this. Everyone was shocked because you woke up one day and Nick wasn't fat anymore. It seemed.
He was as he said in his video, he was 2 steps ahead the entire time. But to think that this man was playing us all he played us all like a fucking fiddle. And he's a violinist too. He knows how to play a violin. He sure as hell knows how to play a fiddle. And that fiddle was us. But in all seriousness, I am so glad to see him in a better spot.
Seemed like it was written in prophecy for him to be obese for life. If you're fat now, you got no excuse. Get your ass on that treadmill in 2025.
Yeah. If Nick Ocado can do it, then you can as well.
Kendrick Lamar gets announced as the Super Bowl halftime show art.
Oh my God, this! I swear he better do not like us.
Sadly, James Earl Jones passes away, known for playing famous characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. Rest in peace. The
Actual
Minecraft
legend.
movie trailer drops.
Actual legend in the voice acting scene.
It was definitely a movie trailer.
I remember this day. I'm Steve.
Yeah, not the best reception from people, but we'll see how good it is when it comes out. The debate.
He didn't even show the parts that were horribly received, mainly the sheep. I still remember that day as well because I decided because what I did, I don't know why, but I decided to watch fucking Nickelodeon's Rango that day. You know the Johnny Depp chameleon. That movie was fucking phenomenal, by the way, and I'm still trying to wrap my head that the graphics that Rango had were that movie was made in 2011, and it has graphics like that.
Debate between Trump versus Kamala Harris takes place. This year was so exhausting because why do we have two presidential debates? One is already too much for my brain, but one
that one was kind of necessary just for. I feel like here's the thing. During the time, like, Harris only had, like, around 100 days to do her campaigns and stuff like that, so I feel like every chance to shine she needed.
One comment stood out from the whole debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Really, Nick?
Fucking... And people believe that, by the way! That man is the president of the U.S. now, by the way. He said that and fucking... Oh my God.
Just save Bolt and Brian Griffin and we good. After that, they can chop away all they want. Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson 5, sadly passes away. It comes out that Diddy...
I heard of that news too, which was... I never really listened to the Jackson 5, but... Every time I hear someone like him pass away, I just can't help but feel bad for those who loved him. Cause that's someone's idol that passed, and it's never a pretty thing to hear. And is that P. Diddy?
Was using baby oil for his freak-offs. Lotion or lube don't cut it anymore, so you gotta bring out the maximum efficiency products. And that's what...
I can't understand why people jack off with, like, lube and baby oil and stuff like that. That's just gross. It just looks gross and feels gross, probably. I say feels gross. It is probably because I guarantee you it feels gross to put on your parts, your penis, in honor. Okay, maybe I'll give you a slight excuse of like on her ass, maybe, but just on the penis sounds so uncomfortable and gross.
What he chose. Telegram now has to share IP addresses and phone numbers to authorities if law enforcement requested. This is a huge change if you don't know, because Telegram was built on keeping everything totally encrypted, which is why every drug dealer in the book was using it. So it might be over for them. They'll have to go back to the boring dark web. I wish I did it. I would have loved to thank you for shopping here message from a drug dealer after getting something. Sucks I can't anymore. That's a joke, YouTube. I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the US. If you're still shopping at Kmart, then I think you came out the wrong century, bro. The 80s is way back there. Hurricane Helene hits Florida, and memes of this month were things like Nick Avocado's weight loss, the Minecraft movie trailer, Henry Danger side-eye, Diddy arrested, and my new character. October 2024, Henry Danger side-eye, Diddy arrested, and my new character.
This piece of garbage came out in October. No, that's September. No, that's September. Fuck this thing with everything. I fucking hate this thing so much. The Chill Guy is one of the... I fucking hate the Chill Guy. I will say it is fucked that the person who created him got like had all the brimstone and hatred come after him that got him doxxed and like stuff like that, but fuck this thing.
October 2020.
Oh, there it is. I thought this came out in September. I thought this was September though, if I remember correctly. Tommy will talk about it probably.
United States port workers go on a strike over compensations and disagreements about the use of automation. It's kind of scaring me that we're entering an era where people have to go on strikes to fight against robots already. Like I thought this was gonna happen in the future. 29.
I'm seeing that unfold, by the way, with SAG-AFTRA and VO6. By the way, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 had mainly the zombies, actors, and mainly Samantha Max's actress Julie Nathanson, because once December came around and Citadel des Morts came out for VO6, Julie Nathason's voice is no longer present. She's not the Sam Trial, she's not Aetherella, it's someone else, and the new actress is just bad. And one of the other actresses for BO6 said that most likely everyone's gonna be replaced by the end of BO6, and I am fucking terrified of that. It upsets me too, because BO6, I genuinely having so much fun with BO6 zombies. So like, there's literally gonna be no soul in BO6 once the cycle is over, and that. I'm just so upset about that.
99 or something, but our generation got to deal with this too. The Joker 2 releases, proving to people that
horrible movie. I've only heard bad things about this, and Joker dies in the end. And also, Joker gets fucking raped in prison for some reason.
Lady Gaga should stick to singing. The difference between the first movie and second for reviews doesn't even seem.
I can't. God damn.
Lizzo reveals her weight loss to the public. She's been sharing TikToks of her working out, and it's definitely been working. It's like we losing all the fat celebrities.
Honestly, massive respect to her. Why did they have to make a sequel? I don't know, man. I feel like the only reason why they do is just because of how well-received the first movie was. But even then, the first movie came out in 2019. So, like, what the fuck?
To Ozempic, or them actually caring about their bodies. Eminem becomes a grandfather. Hurricane Milton hits Florida, and the hurricane was pretty powerful, leaving places messed up. But the way they just
weight loss, damn straight. Any weight loss is a good weight loss, no matter who it is. Also, Hurricane Milton was I wasn't getting hit by it at all, but Milton's fucking scared me because it was on route to be like one of the most powerful hurricanes we've ever had, but it really wasn't. Also, if I remember correctly, I think Solo got hit by it, but Solo's fine now, so I'm very happy about that.
Describe this online and on the news. You would think Moses would have been able to part the sea. Like, did we really need to be doing all this in preparation for this storm?
It completely floods out the first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to escape that is to move to the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 90 feet or beyond of flooding of inundation. This is practically not survivable.
Young Philly gets arrested over rape allegations. He's a part of some pretty big groups like Beta Squad and affiliated with the Sidemen. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but all we know is he paid bail and is waiting trial. Twitter officially returns back to Brazil. They wasted no time. They must have been protesting like crazy in the streets. The Weeknd hits a record 120 million.
So yeah, the ban wasn't even. The ban wasn't even. Didn't even matter in the end.
Spotify monthly listeners, breaking his own record. Tesla holds an event and reveals a bunch of its new technology hitting the streets. A robot taxi that automatically drives itself with no user input. A robot bus that can hold up to 20 people. And an actual robot that can communicate back and forth with humans.
I haven't watched the Mitchells versus the Machines, but I guarantee you that inevitably the Mitchells versus the Machine. It's what these robots are just going to turn out to be, the robots from the Mitchells versus the Machines.
I don't think society is ready for actual robots. The release of them is in the time frame of us being predicted to being able to have robots.
Oh yeah. Oh. I guarantee you I guarantee you on January 1st, everyone on my Twitter timeline is probably going to talk about, so where's the sex robots, because this has been that's been hyped up for like so long. People like to constantly bring it up, constantly brought it up throughout the year, and the fact that today's the final day of 2024, and we're about to enter 2025, I guarantee you, like January 1st, we're gonna be in a sci-fi dystopia soon. Damn straight, Snuggle, and I am not long for it. I feel like at this point I gotta get a gun. I feel like at this point I need to get a gun license to protect myself from these machines. Cause God help me if I ever get, because if they ever grow sentient and they start killing.
It seems like it's gonna fulfill that dream. If you're a freak, then you should be jumping with joy. At first, people thought
I'm not that much of a freak to go desperate for to have sex with a robot. I can't bring myself to do that.
Thought the robots were fully communicating off the videos with no control, but it came out that people are actually controlling the robot.
You need to get a bunker because the first thing to do is release all the nukes. Point taken.
But still, might be a while until this. Still, one day.
Now it can't be racist towards the machines to become human will start. Oh God.
Abu Dhabi gets crowned the richest city in the world with an estimated capital of $1.7 trillion when every cop drives a Lamborghini.
And that's like only 1% of what America's debt is.
That shouldn't be a surprise. The Federal Trade Commission announces its final click-to-cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to cancel subscriptions and memberships, and not having to learn Minecraft enchantment table terminology to do it. Gyms are definitely after this. Sadly, Liam Payne passed away from falling off a balcony. Rest in peace. Trump.
Ooh, that's horrible. Also, 1993. He had he died young. That's just horrible.
Put the fries in the bag. This video would have went platinum in the streets if he lost.
Also, around that time when Trump put the fries in the bag, apparently there was in the middle, in middle America, there was an E. coli rise in McDonald's food. So I think we all know who to blame.
Bron and Bronny James become the first father-son duo to play in an NBA game. I know people got their complaints about Bronny, but no one can take away this frame in history right here. LeBron seed fulfilled the prophecy he always wanted. Russia fines YouTube 2.5 decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number
Jesus Christ,
it looks like
put some of his peanut butter. Oh God. 33 zeros. I think if you combine all the money in the world, I highly doubt that you'll get a decillion dollars. This was an uncalculated power move on Russia's part. And the fact that I'm calling it a power move is kind of a bold statement because this was not a power move at all. This was a stupid move.
YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth. So Russians,
yep, there it is.
You guys,
not even Earth has enough resources to have that much. Nope.
Gotta be stuck with Vimeo for now. Sorry for your loss. Young Thug gets officially freed from jail. I thought we were getting 3 years at GTA 6 before this would happen. But magically this month, the unthinkable was achieved. He has to complete 15 years of probation and do community service and give presentations to kids against gang violence. No one...
say not the worst thing. I would much rather have 50 years of community service than a life sentence. That's just like something that I want to bring up.
No one knows when he's gonna hit the studio again, but when he does, I think he'll be rapping like this. Memes of this month were things like KSI thick of it, Elon Musk jumping, Trump fries in the bag, I like my cheese drippy bruh, Winter Arc, and Still Water.
You know, think about it. How did Tommy not bring up Lunchley at all? I mean, he did hint at. I mean, I guess he hinted at it at this point, but how do you not bring up Lunchley? But yeah, I honestly, I feel like Lunchley could be its own video, and even then, everyone said what needs to be said about Lunchley.
Trump fries in the bag, I like my cheese drippy bruh, Winter Arc, and Still Water. November 2024.
Oh man.
Apple surpasses $2 trillion in iPhone sales, showing no matter how many times they release the same phone every year, people will be dumb enough to buy it every time. China announces it's developing a hypersonic plane. It'll be able to go 3,069 miles per hour and can travel around the whole world in 7 hours. Any bird that comes across its path in the sky is getting disintegrated instantly. I'm good on a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margaret Robbie gives birth to her first child. Sadly, Quincy Jones passed away. away. One of the most legendary producers ever and known for producing Michael Jackson's biggest albums. Rest in peace. Donald Trump wins the election, finally ending the most intense election in United States history.
And we got a bad, and there was the bad ending too. So yeah, that's, oh man.
Fought with friends, family, strangers, and anybody around them who they were voting for. It was also the most expensive election in history, spending a total of $15.9 billion. All that money and seeing the way both campaigns turned out, I would have thought it was $1 million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the—
oh god, not that one. So, we're on October. We're in November now.
Turned out, I would have thought it was $1 million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the most nominated artist in Grammy history, gaining a total of 99 nominations. Tyson Ad breaks the Twitch record for the most subs on Twitch. You better watch out, Kai, because best believe I'm coming for you. I'm not too far off that. Did I ever mention I stream, guys? Joe Biden and Donald Trump meet at the White House to discuss their transition. The fight of the century happens. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I would have been better off to learn the outcome after than watching this abysmal fight live. I hope after this we never have to experience a Jake Paul boxing match ever again. But for historical reference, Jake Paul did win. Shocker. Malcolm X's family sues the FBI, CIA, and New York police in a $100 million federal lawsuit. They accuse them of letting his murder play out. The U.S. Pentagon fails its 7th audit in a row, saying they couldn't account for $824 billion. Crazy how as a citizen, if you miss a dime on paying your taxes, you get 10 years of prison. Meanwhile, our own government can't even do their own get a pat on the ass. They better start giving them penalties for this or people aren't gonna keep taking this. NBA YoungBoy gets sentenced to 2 years in prison. Colombia bans child marriage in 2024. The worst part about this is they tried it 8 times previously and failed. If your government officials are this sick, you gotta leave the country. Kendrick Lamar drops a surprise album, GNX, selling 319,000 copies first
Kendrick
week
hits up winning.
at number I haven't 1. Seen credit card debt in the U.S. reaches $1.17 trillion. Cheating is officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A lot of happy relationships are going to be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of helping Kendrick Lamar win the beef. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail of this because it's way too much, but technically Drake isn't suing Kendrick, he's suing his music distributor that they're both under. UMG said, if you're gonna sue us though, we're gonna sue Kendrick because we're not getting involved. We're gonna have to see where this goes because if Drake loses this lawsuit, it's just embarrassing. Like, how do you lose a beef, sue to say he didn't win it fairly, then lose the lawsuit? Australia bans social media for anyone under 16. I don't think it's even possible to enforce something like this. If it's under 18, then you could easily just say you need an ID to sign up, but 16 and under is a weird age because you can't really ask for the ID. Australian kids going through it right now though. And memes of this month were things like Chill Guy, The Rizzler, I Understand It Now, and Jake Paul versus
shitty memes again. Fuck the I fucking hate the Rizzler so much. Shitty memes.
This month were things like Chill.
Let's see. Chill Guy, absolutely asinine garbage meme. Fuck this one.
Guy, The Rizzler.
Fuck the Rizzler too. He's a fucking Jew. Fuck this guy. He's not funny at all. He's just I hate this guy.
I Understand It Now.
I never seen this one.
Jake Paul.
And this one was just him. And the most memorable thing about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was the cameraman showing his ass
versus
Mike Tyson's ass.
December 2024.
Up there he is. Luigi.
Joe Biden pardons his son Hunter Biden over his federal trial. I think anyone would do that if they were president, to be honest. Shoot, my homie could be a serial killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare, got pew-pewed on the street. He probably thought his legacy was gonna go down as a great, hardworking guy who built his way to the top. Meanwhile, his killer's getting kawaii edits and he's getting laughed at. CEOs is cooked for the future.
If I'm correct, I know his first name is Luigi, but I think his last name is like Mangione. I never like Luigi is literally pretty much being praised as God. And I like how a lot of people are saying that this is one of fucked up. And I got a lot to say about this, but I'll let Tommy speak first, and then I will.
After this, I never expected how big this story was gonna get. Brainrot is named Oxford's Word of the Year. Mr. Beast announces he'll run for president when he's 50 or 60. Imagine he gets in the White House and he does YouTube vids instead of anything. I put 100 illegal immigrants in a circle.
Ah, yes, when I'm 50 years old, I'll run for president. Mr. Beast, you are legally dead, and you're probably gonna be in prison by the time you're in your, like, 40s, probably.
And whoever wins gets a green card. I'd watch that video, Mr. Beast. I'd watch it. Bitcoin reaches an all-time high of $100,000. Federal Appeals Court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a U.S. company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019. Welcoming.
Good job, Notre Dame. I'm happy to see Notre Dame actually recover, by the way. That's a... not a lot of damage happened, so...
World leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a...
Raping a 14-year-old girl. Or 14/6.
Around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's gonna...
Yep. Jay-Z is the first Jay-Z was the first person who was officially confirmed to be on a Diddy party list.
Confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift enters her 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion total on the tour. I don't gotta tell you that's the highest.
I can't wait for her to sit on it and do nothing with it.
Chipotle raises its prices 2% due to inflation, and they also lower their chicken giving percentage by 10%. Nah, that's cap. But every year, I think they actually do that without telling customers. The man who packed the United Healthcare CEO was officially arrested. Crazy how they can work this fast for a killer as soon as they hit someone rich, but take years to solve a murder case. Epic Games is forced to...
And all right, I think that's gonna be it for him talking about Luigi Mangione. But I saw a lot of stuff. One of which is that he's now deemed a hero. And then I actually still remember some accounts were like, "I'm so glad you're not seeing my likes," because literally, so I remember seeing like this one cosplayer who has 1 million followers was literally said that. By the way, I won't reveal who they are, but I feel like they'd be pretty easy to find them. I'm not sure. However, like, the biggest thing that stuck out to me was that fucking Luigi killing the healthcare CEO is deemed a terrorist attack, and he might be given the death penalty for it. This man only killed one person who had a higher power than billions of other people. And it's being deemed a terrorist attack. Just comes to show that the rich are truly scared of us. Probably sticking up.
Refund $72 million to players due to unlawful billing practices. MGK and Megan Fox break up, doing all that freak like.
Fuck you, Megan Fox. I don't care. I mean, I don't care for this, but I just wanna. I'm just gonna go on a personal anecdote. Just say fuck Megan Fox, just because of her absolutely asinine garbage voicing in MK1. That's it.
Drinking each other's blood only to split up is pretty embarrassing. Whoever else they get with after is always gonna know they drank their ex's blood and have it in their thoughts. Tokyo mandates a 4-day work week to its government employees due to declining birth rates. AKA, they want less working and more working. Elon Musk become...
Yep, she was Natara. She wasn't even the entirety of her voice, too. Fucking... She voiced all of her dialogue, and it was so bad. And they actually got NetherRealm hired an actual actress to voice the grunts and stuff like that, being Christina V. Venezuela, who is an actual voice actress, and actually a very gifted one too. She's really good. Moving on.
becomes the first person to reach a $400 billion net worth. Donald Trump is named Times Person of the Year. I'm up next. Trust the process. Stanley Cup recalls 2.6 million mugs after faulty cups. The fact that people were going crazy for them in the beginning of the year, only for them to potentially have to return it back, is hilarious. LeBron decides to step away from the Lakers for personal reasons. People are making rumors saying he's washed or it's over, but I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are discovered in a California storage unit. Starting off 2025 with new MJ music would be peak. The Federal Trade Commission bans hidden junk fees on any live ticket events in short term.
That reminds me, he missed it, but I actually remember this year we found more music from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You know, the classical music composer.
Term lodging, requiring companies to actually disclose the full price up front. You get one government. One W. The new Superman trailer releases. They got this man Clark Kent looking like a TikTok e-boy. Come on. But overall, people like the trailer. Parties.
Yeah. One thing that I just saw people praise is the fact that Superman was actually being Superman, and he wasn't it wasn't like corrupt. It wasn't like Injustice Superman. It was like the classic. It was like a classic DC stuff of him actually saving people from harm. So yeah, but yeah, also it's James Gunn directing this, and I've heard nothing but good things about James Gunn's work, so I think Superman's gonna be in good hands. Yeah, maybe we'll see a wholesome Superman again. Who knows?
City shuts down all of its stores after 40 years. Probably the last time anybody's ever been to a Party City.
There's a Party City near me, actually. I wonder if it's still going on.
And memes of this month were things like the CEO assassination.
Luigi.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
and that's it.
Is the end of 2024.
And there you have it.
It was a wild ride this year, but at least we all made it. By the way, if the last 2 weeks or so don't have tracking, I simply couldn't because I'm doing this early and I won't have.
Actually, I think Tommy, I hate to do this to you, but I think you're kind of. This was actually early because if you haven't been on the news recently, our 39th president, Jimmy Carter, passed away at 100 years old. And also, Skibbity Toilet in Fortnite, I think.
Time to add everything last minute. Sorry about that. I thank all y'all for watching and support.
But yeah, I think he jumped the gun, honestly. Just for Jimmy Carter's passing, he jumped the gun.
Supporting me this year, we only going up. Make sure y'all check out all my channels, and I also stream too. Very important.
Yes. I'll probably make this its own video. I'll put all of Tommy in a description, because I'll probably have this reaction as his own video. So yeah, thanks Tommy for making this video. Much love to you.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
And there you go. Oh yeah, I think I'm actually subscribed to his other channel, but yeah. Once again, TommyNFG was the person who made this video. It was a nice video to watch.